Star Wars is always on my mind, and not just because we're about a month away from The Force Awakens. Heck, I just wrote a book about Star Wars, which you can buy right now. So chances are, if you leave me alone long enough, I'll start making a lightsaber sound. Of course, I'll deny it vehemently, but that's neither here nor there. Now, recently I went to the Art Awakens exhibit at LA's Gallery 1988, where Lucasfilm, Disney, and HP teamed up to highlight the best Star Wars-inspired art created by actual fans. It got me thinking about the awesome technology of the galaxy far, far away, and how cool it would have been to have it here in our world. Thankfully, we're a lot closer than I thought, so on today's Dan Cave, we're going to take a look at some of the coolest Star Wars technology that we already have in real life. Holograms. That's right, Star Wars' most iconic special effect is now a reality. And what do we use it for? We brought back Tupac from the dead! Well, among other things. Our own Kyle Hill, for example, showed that you can make a makeshift hologram projector using just a cell phone and a chopped up piece of CD jewel case. Like, you just put it together on your phone, it's great. But what about more sophisticated versions, like the kind you might use to send a secret message to Obi-Wan Kenobi? Well, those exist too. For example, a company called Voxon uses a product called VoxBox to print light in 3 dimensions. Now, the box prints light thousands of times per second, thus tricking the human eye into thinking it's seeing a 3D image. And this all goes through a proprietary algorithm, then comes out as 3D. It's awesome. According to Voxon, they want to use this tech for 3D movies, teaching in the classroom, and possibly designing satellite parts in concert with SpaceX. And here you thought it was just for uncomfortably leering at a tiny version of your twin sister. It's not just for that, guys. Tupac. He's back. The X-Wing. The X-Wing. It's no secret that Elon Musk is a giant nerd. Now, apart from reportedly breeding an army of hyper-intelligent bets, the Muskmeister also seems to be bringing X-Wings to life. SpaceX's Falcon 9 rocket uses, quote, hypersonic grid fins in an X-Wing pattern in order to stabilize upon landing. Granted, it's not necessarily fit for making a trench run amidst heavy turret fire before obliterating a thermal exhaust port, but hey, it's a start. Laser weapons. And speaking of heavy turret fire, let's remember that no one in the Star Wars universe uses bullets. No, they use frickin' lasers. And now so does the US Navy. That's right, sitting on top of the USS Ponce, Ponce, and no one watched Clone High? Just me? Okay. Sitting on top of the USS Ponce is the Laser Weapon System, or LAWS. It's a powerful defensive weapon, and while it might not be able to turn Alderaan into the intergalactic equivalent of a Nature Valley bar, it's perfectly capable of taking down small drones and boats by burning through it with its laser beams. Now, all I have to say is here's hoping the Navy has slightly better aim than literally any stormtrooper ever. I mean, seriously, what the hell, guys? Weren't you trained? We're just conscripted off some backwater burg? Just aim! Aim down the sights! Guys, come on! You're killing me! Or you're not, I guess, because you can't aim. Speeder bikes. Admit it, ever since you saw Return to the Jedi, you've been thinking about how sweet it would be to tool around the forest moon of Endor on a frickin' hover bike. It's basically like the bitchin' Camaro or like a Harley Davidson of the galaxy far, far away. Well, now you can pop sweet space wheelies in real life because Malloy Aeronautics has the Drone 3 hover bike, which uses 4 rotors to create lift and propel it off the ground. Granted, it's still in the prototype stage, but it's only a matter of time and scale. And they aren't the only ones taking a stab at it. Aerospace firm Aerofex has designed a space-age looking hover bike that can actually be ridden by humans. So far, they've only tested it 30 miles per hour at 15 feet high. But did you hear what I said? 30 miles an hour, 15 feet high? It's a hover bike! According to the company's website, the first commercial version is set to release in 2017 for a cool $85,000. So better start saving your credits now, because Jedi mind tricks won't help you lease this bad boy. You will give me 0 APR. I started that too soon. You will give me 0 APR. Robot hands! Remember when Darth Vader earned his Father of the Year mug by slicing off his son's hand? Good times. Anyway, even cooler than that was the cybernetic prosthetic replacement hand that Luke received in Return of the Jedi. In the film, it gets pricked in several places, and Luke is actually able to feel these pricks. Well, Prosthetic limb technology has jumped by leaps and bounds since 1983. Now, thanks to DARPA's Reliable Neural Interface Technology, or their ReNet program, prosthetic users are given the means to control prosthetics and to provide direct sensory feedback by interfacing directly with the user's nerves. So basically, they connect this robot hand to their nerves and they can use it like a normal hand. Granted, it's still early days, but if this wounded soldier can take his new hand to grab a handkerchief out of the air, it's only a matter of time before our wounded warriors can single-handedly take down corpulent slug beasts on pleasure barges, which, as you know, is a huge problem this time of year. I mean, God, so many slug beasts. Lightsabers. Ah, the elusive yet iconic weapon of Jedi Knights and Sith everywhere. But can we ever see lightsabers in real life? Well, Neil deGrasse Tyson got into a Twitter beef with Brian Cox about this very subject recently. Now, at first, NDT posited that lightsabers could exist, but they'd just be beams of light, and they would pass through one another when they collided. Boring! 1899 called, they want their flashlights back, nerds! However, Cox countered that at a high enough energy, you have gamma rays, which will interact with other gamma rays and create a force. So to reverse engineer what Star Wars is doing, the lightsabers could work if they were made of ultra high energy gamma ray beams, which is awesome! That's it, guys. We can have lightsabers in real life. We just need gamma ray beams. Where do we get gamma rays? I don't care. I just want to. And speaking of Star Wars technology in real life, HP is bringing the galaxy far, far away to your home with their new Star Wars Special Edition notebook. The fully armed and operational laptop lets you harness the power of the dark side to send emails, play games, and much more. Plus, there's all types of awesome, rare Star Wars content preloaded, including 1,100 archival photos and concept art. So thank you for sponsoring today's show, HP, and thank you for sending me even deeper into the Sarlacc pit known as Star Wars fandom. But tell me, guys, what's your favorite bit of Star Wars tech in real life? What would you still like to see come to life? Let's discuss, and while you're there in the comments, give me a thumbs up, or a cybernetic one if your dad cut off your hand. And if he did, you know what you did. That's all for today's show. Be sure to tune in next week when we discuss the story of a love affair between a man and a pastry at a Jewish day camp in wet, hot American pie. Until next time, keep on digging.